Hey, thanks for joining me. So, I don't know that this is a fully formed idea here, but I just wanted to show off some gameplay from a game that I really enjoyed playing recently. Um, and, I guess this is like something that I'm trying to do a little bit more of these days. Full disclosure, I don't want to keep harping on this, but I have been having a lot more trouble um, kind of with that anxiety issue that I had. I kind of had a panic attack a little while ago, and I've since had another one, and I've just been really struggling quite a bit with that, actually. But I'm getting some help, and things are going pretty well. But I kind of, I think I'm at a point where I'm going to be making some changes in my life, and who knows? Things might change with my videos a little bit. Hopefully for the better. And with my game playing, certainly. I think we're always fitting this hobby into our lives in a way that makes sense. So anyway, long story short, this is one of the first games that I have really been able to play and finish in quite some time. And it's sort of ironic because it's actually a pretty violent, sort of war-based shooting game. But somehow I was able to kind of calmly play this, get to reach some sort of like zen place where I could just, you're playing this on free play here, and it was a ton of fun. I really liked this. So this is Shock Troopers, and yeah, I'm gonna start this up here. I of course. Play. Oops, how do I do the buttons? Here we go. I did play this recently, I promise. I play the characters based on how cute the sprites are. So let's go with Marie B here. But yeah. So the main thing with this, I did jungle last time. So let's do valley. I'm not going to do mountain right now. We'll go through the valley. Actually, it would probably be better to do the mountains like strategically, but yeah. So my thing with this is I'm whenever I have a really fun gaming experience, I think I want to kind of find other similar experiences. I think that's pretty common, and because this was so much fun, I'm kind of like, oh, what was great about this, And one, I think it just has some cool mechanics, and it's really just pick up and play arcade fun. Like this is just it was surprising to me just how thoroughly enjoyable this game is. And I guess it does fit in with my any game with a flamethrower can't be all bad. It reminds me of kind of, whoa, I'm gonna get hit. It's not like instant deaths, which is nice. It's not one-hit kills. You have a life bar, and it reminds me of kind of like Metal Slug as a run-and-gun sort of like Commando Akari Warriors style game, and just tons of personality. I don't know. This just kind of is a home run for me. It's not too hard, and it's just it's got a lot of personality to it. You get these like special attacks. I'm just gonna sort of waste one here, but she's got like a homing rocket launcher. The cool thing, the difference between the characters really is just each one has like a different crazy special attack, and everybody can pick up these weapons that are lying around. This one's pretty cool, a Vulcan kind of minigun sort of thing. What's this one? A three-way. So my plea, I guess, I'm gonna put this out there to everybody is, what other games am I missing? Kinda, and I know that that's really broad. I guess for starters, I've been looking at kind of arcade, compilations and just arcadey style games, because I feel like there's some of that stuff that I'm missing, and I do still want to, sort of like make my arcade cab. I have my arcade boards that I'm going to use with that, but I also, I kind of want to set one up for MAME. But the thing with MAME that kind of bothers me is when you have every game, to play. I feel like it's actually hard to play any of them, kinda. I do sort of like, maybe this is just the console gamer in me, but having stuff on a shelf where I can, you know, see what I have at a glance, and, you know, I know, okay, well, today I feel like playing SNK Neo Geo games, and I can pull that off the shelf and pop it in and, you know, try out the different games on this collection. Instead of like scrolling through the A's and being like, well, I'll try this one, I don't know what it is, you know. It just doesn't work as well for me. Yeah, I don't know, this got me thinking more about like what sort of collections or arcade ports and things like that are there on the PS2 and the Saturn and the, well, maybe not the Saturn as much. I really want to be able to play some of this stuff with my X Arcade. I don't think I can play Saturn on X Arcade, I kind of forget. And that might be one of the few things that is a little challenging. Whoa. Anyway, you know, I guess even Saturn stuff, though, I might be into. Yeah, I don't know, like, what really good arcade ports are there out there? If you guys have any recommendations for just, you know, fun arcade ports and arcade games, I definitely have my eyes on some stuff. You know, Metal Slug Anthology. I'm not playing super seriously right now because I'm talking, but yeah, so like Metal Slug Anthology, definitely I'm gonna be going for. But yeah, you know, I feel like, you know, there's definitely some Japanese compilations. I've been getting more shmups, and I want to do a follow-up shmup video where I actually go through, God, I'm just really sucking, and just like show you guys all. Alright, so the one cool thing about this is you have this dodge move, and I'm totally not using it because I'm just blabbing on here. You can actually like duck out of the way of all this fire, so like when things are getting hot, it's cool. This game is tremendously fun. But yeah, anyway, so shmups. I'm getting back into those, and I want to do a follow-up and to show off all the games that I've picked up, because I actually did pick up quite a number of them since I did my last video, which was like a year ago or more, maybe now, probably. So, you know, I want to follow up on that, and that's the kind of thing. Like, shmups are definitely very arcadey, you know, run and guns, and I definitely, you know, I've picked up some of this kind of stuff on, like, the Genesis. You know, I picked up, oops, what do you call it? Man, I can't think of it. It's the one where, like, it's essentially a shmup, like a scrolling shmup, but you're playing these two guys floating around. I don't know why I can't think of the name of that game, but anyway, you know, those kind of experiences. I think it was really fun, you know, finding stuff on the Genesis that you know, I've enjoyed playing that kind of stuff. You know, it's this sort of older arcade 2D kind of experiences that are a lot of fun, and yeah, so I'm just looking for more of that kind of thing. So if you guys have any suggestions, just, you know, let me know, because I'd be really curious. I definitely have my eyes on some stuff, some Japanese imports. You know, I think Japan is a little bit more in love with their arcade ports and that kind of thing. So yeah, but this game just took me by surprise. Really fun gameplay here, and I mean, you can see here even when I'm talking and just not even trying and getting killed a lot. You know, you don't have to take this too seriously either, and I guess that's a thing that even though this is like a straight up arcade game, you know, enjoying it in this fashion, I guess, is just oops. You know, it doesn't have to be this big deal. So, you know, I'm not getting like really stressed out and bent out of shape like playing these games, which is good. So I guess maybe, you know, especially games like that where like I don't need to, you know, I don't need to get too upset and frustrated while playing them. But yeah, so some of the other games on this set, like I was playing There's one that's essentially a beat 'em up, and I haven't had much experience with Neo Geo games at all. So, and I really found that like some of these that looked really good or that I thought I would really like, I didn't. And I haven't gone back and given them a really good second play, all of them, but like Magician Lord I tried out, and I just thought that was going to be such a great game. And I feel like I couldn't help but comparing it to Raston, which is something that I've played a little bit of recently, and one of my friends really got into. Back into recently too, and that game just is sort of so well constructed in terms of how it teaches you how to play the game as you play it, and it's just it's kind of challenging, but it's really like good. And this beat 'em up that I was playing on here, it reminded me of Streets of Rage, sort of the mechanics of it. They seemed kind of lifted from that. And I love Streets of Rage, but it felt to me more like it was kind of all like style and not really much substance. It felt like it kind of went through the motions, and I'm sure it looked really good, for the time. Like these all are like kind of amazing graphics, but I think that shininess wears off, and I think even like a game like that I probably would have loved back then, because it brought such a, it would bring such a visual sort of flair. But I think now it really needs to hold up on the gameplay, and I was just like, well, it's kind of like Streets of Rage, but it's not as good. And then when the graphics are kind of like, well, yeah, these looked good at the time, but I'm not really blown away by them, and you're kind of left with I thought it was a mediocre beat 'em up. I wasn't really impressed with it. So, I really started looking through this collection here, and I played the shmup that was on here. It was alright what I played of it, but that didn't really grab me either. And just a lot of these games, I was like, oh man, maybe I don't know, some of these aren't all that good. This one was the exception though, because this is freaking awesome. And I really enjoyed it. I mean, I feel like this brings more to the table than Commando or Akari Warriors or a lot of that stuff. This actually amps it up with this dodge move and the picking up the weapons, and it just sort of has that almost Metal Slug style feeling to it and everything. It's just it's incredible. Like even just like you got the scaling and the little animation, death animations, and the close combat, you sort of pull out your knife, and this is an amazing game. I really had fun with this, and I'm just gonna come back and play this game over and over. I can tell that's how much have really enjoyed this. And actually, now that I think of it, I guess I played this on normal. And it doesn't take long to beat either. I mean, I actually sort of put it down at various times and then came back to it, but you play the game like this for like an hour or something. You want to go do something else for a little bit, you put it down and come back, and it's this weapon kicks ass. Normally I would be a little more careful with the shots because they're powerful, but oops, actually I still got shot. Here we go. I'll play Milky Sheet like, I don't know, gives you a butt shot or something when she first comes on the screen. So anyway, yeah, so I just wanted to highlight this game a little bit because I don't know if you guys have played it, and I just want to say how much I really liked it. And are there other really good arcadey, style, just fun games that you guys would recommend like this? Definitely, if there are like any other SNK collections or anything like that, but it doesn't have to be SNK stuff. I guess just arcade ports in particular. Let me know if there's anything that you guys recommend, and I'll check some of the stuff out here. Yeah, and I guess that's about it. I'm just probably gonna shut up and play a little bit, and if you guys want to keep watching, that's cool. Otherwise, I will catch you again for more video game and anime related videos. And that's it. So thanks for watching.